The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hello, everybody. Hi-yo.
Hey-yo. Welcome back.
It's been a while. It's nice to be back here on Fight World Live. Thanks for joining us. Spot Monkey Radio. I'm Tony. It's Brandon Malik. I don't know if he will be joining us. If not, he's indisposed at the moment. So if he's not, we'll see him next week. How you been, bud?
I'm all right, you know.
Yeah. If I can make one complaint about that opening video, it was way too much AEW on that thing.
I also like, what's the sexual situations in our show? Do I got to show a little cleavage or like, show a little leg?
Show a little bit of the tit. You know, your company on me.
We do show more of the tit.
Show a little bit of the tit. That's okay. Don't apologize. We're appreciative of all the awesome graphics and opening video.
Yeah, because you didn't have to do
it. Well, it was well done, though. It's better than anything I could have done, so I'm impressed with it. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. Let's start from the professional side of things. Okay, before we jump into all the wrestling mumbo jumbo, and I say obviously something that could possibly get us canceled. You said something today about the WWE's deal with Comcast and Fox expired.
It's their exclusivity window to negotiate with Comcast and Fox has expired. So that means now they are free to negotiate with anybody else that might want their media rights. There are people that suspect that Amazon could throw their hat in the ring. Disney could potentially be a landing site. And a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, not Disney. It's not. Where is they going to put Monday Night Raw on ESPN? It wouldn't be on ESPN. It would be on FX.
Oh, interesting.
So,
why you don't think NBC would jump in on that? Universal?
I mean, that's NBC, the Comcast Universal.
Comcast.
It's all under the same umbrella.
Did you imagine Monday Night Raw not on? It's on FX.
Well, yeah,
it was on Spike TV.
It was on Spike TV for a while, so yeah. It's not unheard of, but it would be a massive shift because what's on USA Network besides Monday Night Raw?
Love Island.
Love Island, SVU. SVU reruns, your favorite show,
what?
Chicago PD or whatever.
Yeah, that's because I love that guy's voice. That guy can read a grocery list to me.
But like, that's why they're able to charge the amount that they get for advertising because they have Monday Night Raw on Monday nights, and that's
NXT Tuesdays.
And NXT Tuesdays, yes.
Yeah.
So
and it's only a matter of time before they have that Stone Cold Steve Austin Does America show that's on A&E.
Yes.
Before they start playing reruns of that after Raw.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, we've seen. I mean, Amazon is definitely
Do you think they would get the same type of money deal they got with Fox and Comcast? Hell no.
Bezos has more money than fucking God.
That's true. Bezos is like, I want to get in the wrestling business. What's up, Grave Digger? Brother? You your brother?
I mean, he's also, they paid like how much for the NFL for Thursday Night Football. So, yeah.
That's
he
true.
Absolutely would do that.
That's true. Speaking of fucking football, did you see how much money The Rock lost? We'll still keep it in the business realm.
Well, I mean, the XFL lost. The Rock personally didn't lose $60 million. The XFL lost.
Could you give me a second? Could you give me a second? Just picture the Rock's office at the XFL.
The Rock's accountant calls him.
The music hits. He comes walking in the room and he goes, "The Rock says he wants to know why he's out $60 million. He invested $60 million in his rinky dink."
This Rudy Poo candy
ass company
of a football league.
So now you better churn out some profit. Otherwise, I'm going to take an XFL football, shine that son of a bitch sideways or whatever the fuck, and stick it up your candy ass.
And then Rock's bottoms the accountant through the desk table.
And he turns around, he just Rock's bottoms. He shakes his hand first because obviously you got to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's got to bait him.
And you got to bring him in close.
Yeah. When he comes in, do you think he's wearing his patented leather vest and leather pants?
No, it's the obscenely expensive $60,000 Gucci shirt.
Gucci shirt, which is
Versace,
which technically isn't exceedingly expensive to him anymore. Since he's a big time actor,
a multi-millionaire,
big time actor.
Yeah, like I said, the XFL could afford to take it on the chin.
I guess you think there's a second season coming? It's definitely going to right?
Yeah.
So.
They would have announced immediately after they announced they lost $60 million. They would have been like, "Yeah, this isn't sustainable. We're not a solvent company anymore. Bankruptcy."
Yeah.
So
bankruptcy, he says.
I mean, Vince did it twice with XFL. So
I know. But I think the pandemic hit him the second time.
Yeah, exactly. No, the pandemic was absolutely what killed the XFL.
I think he would have just continued.
I mean, the ratings weren't terrible.
No, right? They were like regular college football type numbers.
Well, not that less, but a
little less, maybe.
Like Thursday night MAC college football.
Yeah, but people were like, "Fuck, it's football. I'll watch. I'll bet on it." Especially now that betting's legal in most states.
That's the other thing,
which is what helped them big time.
Yeah. So
fucking XFL and The Rock. I miss The Rock. You miss The Rock? I miss The Rock.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I miss Stone Cold Steve Austin. I watched that show a little bit of him doing America or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not funny.
It's just crazy now how the Texas outlaw, the Texas rattlesnake, the outlaw, the man who made it okay to beat
he's
up
relegated to reality shows where he's like,
Stone
Cold Steve Austin goes to seize America. What?
I call it, he's in his Michael Palin phase right now, where Michael Palin, after he did Monty Python, did like nature documentaries and stuff like that.
This is like, when I look at it, I'm like, oh shit, this is like his Hogan Knows Best era.
Yes.
Like when Hogan was like doing that dumb reality show with his idiot kids.
Yes.
And goofball wife.
We all know how that turned out.
I know. He's watching his house from a boat. Brother.
Well, I mean, Peter Thiel did help him out with the whole Gawker lawsuit. So the Hulkster's doing fine.
Hulkster's doing all right in his little beat shop, karaoke Mondays.
He
wants to sing my theme song again, brother.
With his 20-year-old Scientologist girlfriend or something.
Get out of here. Hogan is crushing 20-year-old.
I mean, she's definitely a lot younger than him. But I mean, when you're in your 70s,
Good for Hulk Hogan, I guess. At least he can get it up still at his age.
Allegedly. I mean, that's the.
Do you think when he's having sex with her and she's like, "Are you done?" He hulks up the way he used to.
like
he throws her off and he goes like this.
No, he thinks he's about to.
And she's like, "What the hell's going on?" And then he goes, "Punch me, brother." And she goes, "What?" He goes, "Just punch me, brother." And then she punches him and he blocks that third one. And he goes, "You!" And then he looks down and it's his dick pointing, not his finger. It's good to be back. Took me 10 minutes to get in there. We've passed the 10-minute allotment allowed to curse.
Exactly. So we're not going to get demonetized on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious. The fucking Hulkster, dude. Brother. Hold on a second, dude. Now, have you been watching any of the shows lately? No, so I guess I'll clue you in a bit.
I mean, I follow along with what's happening. I see that they just announced new belts last week and gave everybody new belts.
Yeah, we'll get to AEW in it. Well, let's start with AEW. I haven't really been watching AEW. The only thing I've seen from AEW is that CM Punk is coming back at his new show Collision. Is this another show?
Yes, I think I don't know if they're going to get rid of Rampage entirely and just have a Friday and have a Saturday show. But
is it going to be like live on any network?
It's going to be on TNT or TBS.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, Warner Brothers went all out on AEW.
Really?
Yeah, I think they extended their.
Is that why they got rid of all my Batman cartoons? Fucking dicks.
No. I think some stuff, because when they went from HBO Max to just regular Max, I think they just like.
Can you explain to me why Tony Khan feels the need to every Wednesday have to have a fucking announcement?
Guys like it's Pepsi. Like every Coke and Pep, the WWE and AEW are Coke and Pepsi.
I guess
like
so.
They're trying to do something to stand out.
Fucking A, man. Tony Khan just really chaps my ass.
Here's the thing is I'm usually a staunch AEW supporter. Like I want the company to succeed.
Well, it's always good to have a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah. But, and we know people that work there, so.
Yeah. But you know what? Everybody I ask, everybody, from diehard wrestling fans to the casual to the novice, all say the same thing about AEW, and that they have no idea what they're watching, and it's not that good.
I mean, in-ring product-wise, like the actual wrestling matches themselves are good. It's sometimes their storylines get a little, I wouldn't say convoluted,
a little ridiculous, a little off.
Yeah, and like why they do things when they automatically just end up at this, like take the 4-way for example. They built up this tournament that whoever was going to face MJF at the pay-per-view, it ended up being Sammy, and then they just make it a 4-way anyway. They just stick with the 4-way and build the 4-way.
Yeah, instead of doing a bunch of side quests.
Yeah, like diversionary tactics, like, oh no, we're not going to do this 4-way. Yes, we are. Like that kind of stuff. And what annoyed me the most, because I actually tried to watch Double or Nothing.
Okay.
I didn't. It was the finale of Succession, so that took precedence. So I went back and I watched it after. I went back and watched it like after that was over with, and it was. I caught the MJF match, and I caught the Anarchy in the Arena, and MJF match was fine. I can't say anything bad about MJF.
What's Anarchy in the Arena?
That's just like Falls Count Anywhere. It's just.
Oh, okay. I love these fancy names now.
Yeah, well, they have to try and rebrand things.
They got to dress it up a bit, I guess.
Yeah. And you never know. WWE might own Falls Count Anywhere. All these trademarks.
Yeah, you're right. Triple H is probably like, I have an idea. We'll trademark all the names.
No, that's a Vince idea. That's not a Triple H idea. That's a Vince idea. That's a Vince or somebody in the legal department.
You mean El Senor McMahon?
El Senor McMahon. No, so they did the Anarchy in Arena, and when Blackpool Combat Club came out, they had a live band play them to the ring. And I swear to God, they played that Wild Thing song about 4 or 5 times.
4 times. Shut the fuck. I used to love Major League. I used to love that movie. Now when it comes on, I got to fast forward through the fucking best part. The fucking John Moxley.
Because you just think Mox.
Yeah, it's such a turd blossom. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. And I see everybody's real happy that Daniel Bryan's going to fight a Kudu, whatever his name is.
Yes. Daniel Bryan and Okada at Forbidden Door is like, how is that not a good match?
Dream match, I suppose, for all you Japanese fans.
I wouldn't say dream match, but it's definitely something we never thought would happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. It's not like we ever took it. Oh man, if these two guys get in there, what are they going to do? Like,
yeah. I can't watch AEW, dude. Like I do the pay-per-views on, I didn't even care. I'll watch like the Cliff Notes. Look at this guy. Yeah, Daniel Bryan versus Okodo. What is his name? Okada. Yeah.
You know his goddamn name. I think you're mispronouncing it intentionally.
I like my man Tanahashi because I could say that name easily.
And he has glorious hair.
He has that mullet, Tanahashi mullet.
Glorious flowing 80s hair.
I am Tanahashi.
He is the ace. Go Ace.
Japan's #1 pro wrestler.
He really is. Tanahashi really is Japanese John Cena because he was a guy that wasn't supposed to make it, and he became like the biggest star of an era.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck out of here. But you guys like him. He doesn't pose for 20 minutes. and wear red and yellow. Tell me to say my prayers and eat my vitamins. Because then maybe I'll change my mind about a kosher Okada. That's why I like John Cena. John Cena basically told me in another way, just told me to hustle, loyal, and respect. It was the same thing to Hogan, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Took me a while, though. Were you in that, like me? I was in that one little, for like, I think a half a year from the late 2006 to early 2007 where I didn't like John Cena.
Oh, yeah, no. It was the WrestleMania where he beat Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Like I liked him. I liked him when he beat the Big Show to win the U.S. title. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I like this guy. Yeah. Then is when they started to, that's where they coined the term shoving him down your throat.
You did.
And that's where I really felt like we were just being like force fed this guy. Like this wasn't the guy. Like it wasn't like Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was like, oh hey, this guy is very clearly good. Give this guy give this guy the rub and let this guy take the ball and run with it. We felt with John Cena, it was like, this is what you're getting, and you're going to like it.
He was engaged to the Slaughter twin for 20 minutes. You see WWE hired 2 new twins.
Yeah, the Kavinder twins they were at the U.
Oh, okay. What, they like gymnastics people?
They were basketball players.
Oh, basketball players.
Yes.
Good for that.
Speaking of gymnasts that were in college, somebody in their recruitment department had better have reached out to Livy Dunn at some point.
Does she need any of that? I mean,
no, she doesn't need it, but WWE likes to do that kind of shit.
I mean, they hired Logan Paul.
Which, if we want to talk, when we talk about Money in the Bank, I have things to bring in Logan Paul.
We'll get there in a second.
We'll get there.
I have a hard out at 7:45, though, but
okay,
we'll get there. Let's just really quickly talk about how are you disappointed that they're imploding the bloodline? Or do you think it's run its course now?
I think it has kind of run its course. I think it's the right thing to do, and because the Usos can branch off and do their own thing, and Roman's still going to have Solo and Paul Heyman, so he's still going to be good. But yeah, I mean, 2 years of them being a faction, like essentially dominating the show.
I think the sickest thing would be is if, like, you think Jay's going to turn on Jimmy and he turns around and he kicks Roman. I think that place would go bananas. In the words of Pat Patterson, that place would go banana.
It would go banana for sure.
Okay. And then I mean, honestly, if I could be quite frank with you, I don't think there's nobody better to take the belt off Roman but Jay Uso. I think Jay Uso's earned it. I think if you didn't give it to Cody at Mania, which was, I honestly believe, it's like one of those things where you watch a team go to the finals and then they lose, and you're like, man, I think that might have been the year for them.
Yeah, it was it. That was the window. That was the window.
That's how I feel about Cody. Sometimes I watch that Mania moment, I'm like, I think that might have been your moment, Cody. And I think they just fucked you.
Yeah, they brought you back, and they gave us that jerk. Like, this is gonna happen. This is gonna no.
So if you didn't let Cody have that moment, I think the next logical choice is to blow up the bloodline and do it with Jimmy or Jay. They should say Jay.
Yeah.
But then you obviously break up the Usos. Now Jimmy doesn't have a tag team partner. He's got really.
I mean, we've seen guys that have been mostly tag team partners win singles titles before.
But I think that's a good way too, because then Jay becomes the tribal chief.
They've been together as a tag team their entire careers
since they came in 2011 or some shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not unheard of to want to do other things. It's up to him, though. I mean, he could entirely be happy working with his brother and being a tag team. Some people like that kind of stuff. Some people don't want the pressure of being the top guy.
I also think now what's happening with Roman and the belt is it's becoming like Undertaker and the Streak. It's becoming like, who takes the belt from him?
Yeah. Like when does this
happen? So it's kind of like hard to decipher, but I think that's the thing. It would mean so much more if it was like a family member, like Jey Uso, who was the first real feud that Roman had in 2020. That was really what started this whole bloodline thing in the first place. So what a way to end it the same way it started. I think that's what Triple H is doing, full circle type shit. Yeah. And I'm all for it because I love Jey Uso's work. I love Roman Reigns' work. I love Cody Rhodes' work. The shit he's doing with Brock Lesnar right now is pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah. It's just like they, like you said, they had this ready to go. We were all like primed for this moment, and then they pulled the rug out from under us, and we're all just like, what happens now?
Yeah,
because we're so conditioned to that story arc of guy wins Royal Rumble, guy
goes
wins
to Mania,
goes to
has his
Mania, wins the
moment.
belt.
Family gets in the ring, walks around as a kid. I
cries, the whole
I
nine
ended
yards.
racism.
Yeah.
Now I'm the champion of the world.
I'm America's champ.
Yeah.
I did it for my daddy.
The guy monopolized the belt for so long he tried to make another belt.
That's what they had to do. I'm confused as like where does the lineage go? Because the belt that they just created is called the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. It starts with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, okay, but then what about the belt? What about the belt that has been around since 1950?
I assume that's retired now. This is a whole new start because here's why. Because it's with Endeavor now. It's a whole new company technically. So that WWE belt, that lineage, kind of, I don't want to say dies, but it stops with the selling of the company or the merging or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
It was a merger.
Yeah,
so it's a merger and acquisition.
That's why he's the WWE Universal Champion now with one belt. That's why Seth is the world, because now it's new belts. It's new records now. WWE now with the just McMahon has ended. It's a whole new era. So start a whole new record, I guess.
But they're still gonna call back to the past.
Of course,
yeah,
of course. But like, I mean, the WWF Championship that's been gone. Roman has monopolized the belts, and so it's since 2019 when Roman won the belt back.
2020 because he won it. I thought he won it back in the Thunderdome.
He might have. He did. He beat the Fiend for it.
Yes.
Bray Wyatt.
Fiend lost the belt to Goldberg, I thought, didn't he? No?
Oh, yes, in a couple seconds.
Yeah.
And in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And then Roman beat Goldberg.
Yeah. If I remember correctly.
Well, whatever. Roman won the belt in 2020.
And he's had the belt.
To me, that's when everything ended. Like all those records. I mean, the Intercontinental Championship is still going with Gunther.
Yes.
But he's another one. How long has he been fucking in the IC champion?
A year. It was a year, just past a year this weekend.
What the fuck is going on with these? Like, remember in the old days when the belt would just bounce around?
You remember in WCW days when we literally would have
champion every week?
The belt would change hands multiple times on an episode.
Yeah.
In Nitro days.
I noticed that they're not. I mean, you said they were changing the belts. They're not really changing the belts; they're just turning them gold.
Yeah, they're redesigning.
They're taking the color off and just turning them gold now.
Yes.
They're making them more like UFC looking belts.
Yes.
But I think that's because of Endeavor. Endeavor's like, all right, enough with the stupid colors. It's championships. It's gold.
We got to make this look serious.
Yeah. And they're like, Vince is like, but you can't make them on toys. He's like, fuck you. They'll buy them.
They're going to buy it anyway.
They're going to buy them anyway. You could sell dog shit in a fucking paper bag. They'll buy it.
Yeah. I think they realize they have their audience and their fan base by the balls and they'll do anything.
Dude, Marks will buy
anything.
I've seen fat, disgusting wrestling fans wearing girl shirts.
Yes.
They are.
Well, I mean, our good friend Malik has several female wrestler shirts. I mean, they're shirts meant for men. They just have a woman.
Malik, I don't know if he does it anymore, but when John Cena was the champion, when John Cena was around, Malik single-handedly kept John Cena in business with all the shirts.
Oh, he probably owns every single.
He does. He has every single Cena shirt. I think with the exception of maybe one.
Because he just didn't have the money that week.
That's crazy.
Malik's make the shirts look cool. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah. Of course, I put respect on his name, but it's all about hustle, loyalty, and respect. And Malik knows that.
Never give up.
Yeah. Well, now that the bloodline is imploding, I don't know if you read this stuff. I read it. It made me fucking laugh out loud. But Seth Rollins wants to start a faction with his dumb wife and somebody else. And it's like, what do you do?
I mean, I guess like the guy's been on fire recently with everything that he's been doing. Like it works. I can't explain what his gimmick is either. Like
I don't think anybody can. He calls himself the drip god, but what is a drip god? I guess that's what this is.
That's a guy who dresses immaculately and has immaculate fashion sense.
I guess he's in Captain America. I don't know who he's playing.
Yeah, I don't know who he's going to play either. But good for him.
I mean, I guess what a way to stay close to your wife in your little faction. You kiss. Look at us. I'm the champ. You're the women's champ. He smacks her.
You get to stay on the road together. I mean, she's not the women's champ anymore, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. Who's the women's champ over there?
Asuka and the other one.
Who's the other one? The older one.
What's her name?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. There you go.
Yeah, that's right. The big Australian one.
Big goth mommy.
Yeah.
Goth muscle mommy Rhea Ripley.
Fucking Rhea Ripley.
No, that's the term. Muscle mommy.
Yeah. She's definitely something.
Like I said, it activates new things that I didn't think I was attracted to before.
You are something else, Brandon Logan. You are something else. I'll tell you what, Becky probably wins that match. You see some of the outfits Seth Rollins wears, though, it's like a little ridiculous.
I think that's what
I know it's a part of the ad, it's a whole part of the thing. Yeah.
That's what fashion is. Fashion is just ridiculous.
That's what I don't understand. I don't understand that.
You're peacocking.
Someone said to me, like, yo, you got to get better fashion. I said, I'm good. I'd rather blend in so you can't see me.
Like Adam Sandler. If we were rich and famous, we'd dress exactly like Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. You dress like a homeless boxer.
Dress like you're going to go play pickup basketball.
Yeah, in your 40s. You got knee braces on. Shit,
the headband.
Still holding out hope that the league will need me one day.
The headband and get a 10-day contract. The headband and the Kurt Rambis glasses.
Exactly. Afterwards, you get yourself a colonic and a fucking smoothie. I don't know. Who would you, if you had to put a faction with Seth Rollins and his silly wife, who would it be?
I would probably use their momentum to make somebody else. So take somebody from NXT that they feel
fucking Irish dude that's there now.
No, maybe not him because that's a little too obvious. But like, somebody that would fit in with them.
I don't know who that could be.
I don't know who that could be either. But you use their stars, their collective star power, to elevate somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, Madcap Moss, maybe. Like that's a guy who's like kind of like stalled a little bit.
I could see that.
Maybe use that to get him over the top.
Put a heater on him.
Yeah. Or is that or just somebody from NXT that's ready, and that's how you introduce them.
People love Seth Rollins, though. I noticed. I love him.
Like I said, the guys got over. Like I wasn't totally sure what like he was doing. Like he went from Monday Night Messiah, which was just like lunatic cult leader kind of guy, to where he's still kind of doing that. He's still kind of unhinged, but now he just dresses absurdly.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. I also just say maybe because, he's absurdly wealthy now. He could afford to dress like that. Like going out and buying those $3,000 boots that he came out with. The red shoes. What are those?
Yeah, there was a part of me, a small part, and I never wish this on anybody. A small part of me that was hoping that he would break his ankles.
Because there's got to be no support in this.
There's no support on those things. It's fucking EVA foam.
Yeah, it's like rubber.
Yeah. It's couch foam. Just painted with fucking latex.
He looks like not Lego. He doesn't look like Lego figures, but like the Duplo.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Like knockoff Legos.
Yeah. What the fuck is this, ma?
Got me Duplos?
I wanted Legos, not Duplos. Fuck, man. This is bullshit. Never get what I want.
We've probably insulted somebody who like loves their Duplos.
Oh, there's some guy right now watching on his YouTube screen right now going, what did they say about Duplos? That's Spot Monkey Radio's ass is grass.
Maybe it's for them titties.
Dude, them shoes were sick. Them things was something else.
But hey, if this is what's gonna like work for him, he's definitely earned to have some creative input as to what he wants to do.
I guess so. At this point now, he's basically calling the shots, probably.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
same thing with his wife.
Yeah,
he said his wife was, didn't look like she enjoyed that feud with Trish Stratus, and that they really shit canned that quick too.
Yeah. I think that might have been her idea, and then she very quickly realized, like, oh, this isn't.
Can I bare my soul to you for a second?
Go for it.
I think Trish Stratus suggested it, and they quickly realized that Trish Stratus was never that good to begin with. And a 50-year-old Trish Stratus is not good at all.
A 50-year-old Trish Stratus who hasn't worked a match in
Yeah.
10 years.
So they were probably like, oh, maybe we should walk this back a bit. Trish, you're with Zoe Stark.
That's who she's with now?
Yeah.
I didn't know I thought it was literally just going to be like a one-off. So
no, when Zoe Stark came out, Need fucking this girl in the face. Then the next night on Raw, Trish came out with her, managing her now.
Well, I mean, that's a good way to get this girl over. So
yeah, no, and Trish Stratus was never good to begin with. Like, she was serviceable in an era where there was absolutely no talent.
Yeah, she was good for her era when it was literally only her and Lita. And
she did what the women's wrestling needed. She got the ball rolling in the right direction.
Yes. Helped get them taken seriously.
Yeah. After that, she had, like, compared to this roster of talented women, I mean, come on.
Yeah, no.
Sit from the sidelines. You're not good. She can't hang with them.
Go back to being a manager.
Yeah. Sorry for everybody who didn't want to hear that, but that's the God's honest truth.
I think it's rose-colored glasses that we look back at.
Like, that's a nice idea. It's just that nostalgia bullshit.
Yeah.
But
she's not. You yearn for your youth.
Yeah, she's lost it.
And I still want to see those 50-year-olds. I mean, me too. She looks good for 50. Like,
well, I mean, she's still a fitness guru. Yeah, she still takes care of herself. I mean,
yeah,
of course it's not going to age badly.
No, Canadians don't age badly.
Well, because it's not that. It just looked like how Sunny aged. Sunny was a fucking crack mess.
A literal crack whore.
And that's what she aged like. Yeah. Trish took care of herself.
And drinking was her big.
Exactly. So I'm saying it's all how you take care of yourself.
Did you watch the Beyond the Ring?
I didn't get there yet. No.
I usually wait for them all to go on Hulu.
That's what I usually wait for them all to pop up and then I'll watch.
Because I don't have Vice on my cable package, so.
Yeah. But I just don't want to sit there and because it gets depressing to watch the dark sides of the world.
It very much is. But again, it's really not meant for us, the people who have been wrestling fans 30 plus years.
It's like, it's so depressing to hear about this again. I don't want to watch what happened.
Yeah. Just relive it.
Yeah, like you watched it happen, as it was happening.
Yes.
Like we're at an age now where all these episodes have come out. Like I would I remember that vividly as a kid. Like I remember watching that or reading that on the internet. Like Trisha,
with the plane ride from hell. So I remember. I remember the day I read that article online.
Yeah, all that shit, dude. It's crazy to now they're doing documentaries about it.
Yes.
That's
how I know we're old.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was watching those A&E ones, and I'm just like, man, there are people watching this going, "This actually happened," and I'm just sitting there going, "Yeah,
yes,
it happened." Like, yeah.
Or to use the Han Solo line from Force Awakens, it's real, all of it.
Yeah. You chose to not because you thought it was fake, and you were watching UFC, which is fine, but you were missing out on some of the funniest shit,
some of the greatest storytelling in television history.
Oh my God.
Like the final power.
You tell me you introduced me to somebody who wouldn't want to hit their fucking boss in the head with a bedpan, and I'll introduce you to a liar.
Hit anybody with a bedpan and just make that sound.
Yeah, that ting, the bing,
bing.
Best fucking thing that ever. One of the funniest moments next to, I know this is frowned upon.
I know exactly
when DX did the Nation of Domination. That shit was so funny. I laughed so hard.
To this day,
laugh. That was so fucking funny. And they did that shit twice.
Yes.
People don't realize.
Or what is it? Did you see the thing that I sent? I put it on Facebook, but it was like Triple H in Manhattan. It was DX in Manhattan doing things, and he was doing the Pakistani voice.
Yes. Dude, they was sick back then.
And Xbox going, is Johnny Five still alive?
Yeah, dude, it was wow. The things they could say. Triple H, there's a lot of people don't realize. Triple H got on a second turnbuckle in an arena and pointed to a woman and said, "Take your tits out." And that woman took her tits out.
Willingly. Happily.
That's
she could not have been happier to expose
That's
it.
What was that was the kind of shit that was shaping us as children.
Yes. And it's why we're the demented fuckers we are.
Dude, today. It'll never go on Peacock. You will never see the DX.
Well, here's the thing though. I think Peacock isn't the permanent home I think the Peacock deal with WWE has an expiration date.
Or would we get WWE Network again?
I think they would logically. I think they would probably renew, but like it's something they probably have to keep renewing every X amount of years or something like that. But then, yeah, I mean, WWE Network is still a thing in most countries. I feel
most countries they have the WWE Networks.
Canada, I think in Canada it's still a thing.
Use a VPN, you can use it.
Yeah, I think in England it's still a thing, and the rest of the world.
Be so stupid. Like, why do I gotta go to Peacock?
No. I mean, it made sense because Comcast gave them $1 billion.
Took away my great stuff.
They gave them $1.5 billion.
I assume if that's not there, then the Katie Vick episode of Raw's not there.
Probably not.
That can't be. Triple H humped a corpse.
Yeah, it was literal necrophilia.
Yeah.
Well, not an actual corpse.
Well,
but
it was
implied necrophilia.
Yeah. It was so funny. He was like, "Oh yeah." I remember he was saying things.
Yeah,
he was like,
"Yeah." It got graphic and almost uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah. Is Mike Knox kicking the baby into the crowd still on it? That was fucking hilarious. Or Mike Knox.
No, that was Snitsky.
Snitsky. I'm sorry, Snitsky.
Yes.
Mike Knox.
Different random mid-card guy from the 2000s. You want to talk about generic creator wrestling?
All I remember was that great theme song. It wasn't my fault. Dun, dun, dun. Then I remember he did that gimmick where he dyed his teeth.
Yeah.
And that was Yellow Snitsky. Jesus Christ, man. Some of the shit we watched.
Oh, yeah, no. If the Attitude Era happened today, like, WWE would get taken off the air.
And it was so funny because, like, there were people fighting to get it taken off the air.
Yeah, no, there was all those PMRC.
Yeah, and Vince McMahon was always like, if you don't like it, change that channel.
Mark Henry giving birth to
the goat. Yes, the hand. Yes.
I was like
Bubba Ray used to just willingly beat up women.
Old women. Elderly women.
Those old two old women used to get beat the shit out of. Like Jeff Jarrett, El Caban, fabulous move. Like it was the hardest guitar shot I had ever seen. He hit with a 75-year-old woman. Bubba Ray powerbomb an 83-year-old woman off a stage.
And then she got mad because he didn't want him to do it hard enough.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
They don't make them like they used to.
They sure don't.
All right.
That being said, might as well bring this episode to a close.
R.I.P. to the two goats.
Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young.
Yeah.
Mae Young was one of it was so funny because when they would come on TV, when they first came on TV, I'd roll my eyes. But towards the end, when they would show Mae Young, I would laugh so hard.
Yeah, because she was gonna say and do some wild.
She would say and do some crazy shit, that old lady. She was so funny.
Yeah, she did not give a fuck.
Yeah. I miss that era of the business, dude.
Oh yeah, no, because Mae Young Mae Young has definitely pulled a knife on some guy in the locker room that thought he could try and fuck with her.
I miss the fucking Stooges, Pat Patterson, Joe Briscoe. I missed that. I want to go back and watch all that shit.
Yeah, you already did. You remember?
No, I didn't. I stopped.
Oh, you stopped.
I didn't get to the Austin era.
You stopped right before it got peak ridiculous.
Yeah, it was when Shawn. You know what's funny? You want to know what's funny?
What's funny?
I stopped watching because Shawn Michaels got on my nerves.
Oh, face Shawn?
No, I started to watch and now knowing everything that was happening backstage.
How he was just a fucking mess.
He was just a punk ass bitch. He was just like, yo, I can't watch this no more because if he would have just leveled himself out and got straight, the fucking magic that could have happened. Like you see it when he came back from 2002. Yeah, if that was that Shawn in the mid 90s, could you imagine?
We were deprived of 5 years of his career, really.
And prime years.
Yeah.
Prime years. And like I said, I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. If I was Vince, I would have let Shawn go and I would have kept fucking Brett. My only worry, and I don't think, because I think Triple H was smart, was Triple H leaving with him.
Yeah.
That would have been my only worry.
Because, oh no, all those guys would have left.
Yeah, but I would have let Shawn go. I'd be like, dude, listen, I can't, you are too unpredictable to deal with this.
Volatile.
You're too volatile. I can't, you're a malcontent in this locker room. I gotta let you go. Brett, while an egomaniac, will still do business if done business correctly.
Yeah.
So if the other guys want to do business,
Bret Hart is a mature adult.
Because I'm thinking in my head, WrestleMania 14 rematch from the fucking the double turn, Austin and Brett.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm right. That would have wrote itself for a year. And Brett would have went along because he loved fucking Steve Austin.
Red card HBK fucked Chris Candido's wife in the same arena.
Same building. Same fucking locker room, essentially. The fucking Click probably kicked him out, made him go dress in the janitor closet.
like he was the Miz.
Yeah. Hall's like, hey, brother, you can't dress in here.
Can't come in here right now.
Can't come in here, dude. This is for the Click. And he went into a change in fucking dressing room.
Something's going on.
You can stay. Right?
It's like the Chappelle Show sketch with Mad Real World.
Well, yeah, and they all fucked the guy's girlfriend in front of him, right? Yeah, exactly.
He's jerking off, crying in the corner.
Yeah. Fucking insanity, bro. Anyway, that's our show. Follow us on all medias, False Finish Productions. Follow Brandon at Brandon All Hope and apparently nothing. Follow my action figure channel, Legend Series, on YouTube and Instagram, please. I got a stop motion project coming out every few weeks nowadays. I am pouring my heart and soul into it, and I appreciate it if you just go like, subscribe, and just, give it a thumbs up and let people know how cool it is. Even if you don't like it, just lie for me. I appreciate that.
Just make the numbers go up.
That's it. I need the algorithm to go up. I need subscribers too. So please follow Legend Series Props. That's Brandon. I'm Tony. This has been Spot Monkey Radio. Malik, we missed you this week. Hopefully we'll see you next week. And until next week, we don't have a good sign off. We need a sign.
We don't. I felt like we did have one, but we just might have forgot it. It's been a while.
Yeah. Don't eat yellow snow.
Watch out where the Huskies go.